In today's intermediate vocabulary lesson, we're going to learn words about people, verbs, and places related to different sports. Hello and welcome to another video. My name's Alex. In today's lesson, we're going to learn vocabulary related to 7 different sports. For each sport, we're going to talk about the name of the person who does the sport. We're going to talk about some verbs related to the sport, and we're going to talk about the names of the places where the sports happen as well. So for example, do you know in which sport you can dribble? Or in which sport you can putt? Stay tuned so that you can find out in today's lesson. Before we start looking at the vocabulary, please remember to like and subscribe. It makes a great difference to me and it's much appreciated. So let's dive in and look at the vocabulary now. The first sport we're going to talk about is athletics. And the person who takes part in athletics is called an athlete. Athlete. Some verbs that we associate with athletics: run, like we can see in the photo; jump, if, for example, an athlete is doing the long jump or the high jump; and throw, for example, if they're doing the discus or another sport where you need to throw something, the javelin, for example. Next, we're going to talk about motor racing. The person is a racing driver. A racing driver. Verbs we use in motor racing are drive, drive the car, for example, drive the vehicle, and race. Race is when you have lots of different racing drivers trying to win the competition or trying to win the race. So we can use that as a verb or a noun as well. And the place where the race takes place is called a track. A track. Our next sport is boxing. And the person who takes part in this sport is called a boxer. A boxer. Verbs we use in boxing, we can say box, to box, so that just means to take part in the competition. We have fight, which is an obvious one, and we have punch, which means to hit somebody with your hands like they do in boxing. Box, fight, and punch. And the place, like we can see in this photograph, is called a boxing ring. So that means the square area where the two boxers box. The boxing ring. Next up, we have skiing. Skiing. The person is called a skier. A skier. The verb is to ski. To ski. And the place where you ski is called a ski slope. A ski slope. So in this picture we can see lots of skiers going down the ski slope. Next up we have football. And the person who plays football we can either call a footballer or a football player. We can use both. Some different verbs we can use here. Kick is when you hit the ball with your foot. Head as a verb is when you hit the ball with your head. Shoot is when you try to score a goal. Pass is when you give the ball to another member of your team. And score is when you are successful and score a goal. The place where they play football, meaning the grassy green area, is called a pitch. And the place people go to watch the game is called a stadium. Our next sport is golf. And the person who takes part in this sport is called a golfer. A golfer. Some different verbs we can use with golf. Play, just in the general meaning of play golf. Hit the ball. Drive means when you hit the ball for a long way. And putt means when you are trying to get the ball into the hole, so your final short shots. That is putt. And the place, as we can see here in this photograph, is called a golf course. A golf course. The last sport we're going to talk about is basketball. The person who plays basketball is called a basketball player. Again, some different verbs we can use. Play basketball, general sense. Dribble is when you run with the ball and try to go past players. Pass, to give the ball to another member of your team. Shoot is when you try to score points. And dunk is when you jump up in the air and try to put the ball directly into the hoop. And the place where we play basketball is called a basketball court. A basketball court. Which of these sports is your favourite? Do you play any of them? Do you support a team? Let me know in the comments and I'll get back to you. Also, remember to follow me on social media. Check out my Facebook group, Learning is with Alex, and all the other social media, my website, which I'm going to put here, learningiswithalex.com, and remember to tune in for my live lessons on Wednesday at 10:30. You can find all of the information on my social media and also on the website. So thanks for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.